You're watching the Sports Political channel of LB. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Let's get down to business. So we all know that Michael Irvin was removed from the Super Bowl coverage in light of some very shady allegations that were levied against him. I believe that NFL Network and ESPN had a knee-jerk reaction to this thing. And I think this person who filed this lawsuit or made these allegations against Michael Irvin um, was completely in the wrong, because from what I gathered and from witnesses who were there, Michael Irvin was completely innocent. So for the fact that NFL Network and ESPN made this knee-jerk reaction to get him up out of there was pretty disgusting. And there's some updates to this case that we're going to explain on this particular video. Now, according to TMZ, the judge in this case ruled that the video of the interaction has to be sent to Michael Irvin by Monday. Additionally, the hotel must also provide the name of Irvin's accuser, the name of anyone else who filed a complaint against Michael Irvin, and the employees of the NFL who received the complaint. The TMZ said, according to the motion documents, which were filed by Irvin's attorneys, Irvin only met the woman after she called him over in the hotel lobby to introduce herself. An eyewitness testimony described the interaction as jovial and completely harmless. Irvin's attorneys wrote in the motion that the interaction lasted less than a minute, and Irvin then went to his hotel room and fell asleep. Now, after he was removed from NFL Network's coverages of the Super Bowl along with ESPN's, because he was supposed to be on there that Friday, that cackle with Stephen A. Smith like a bunch of hyenas. He called into the radio station 105.3 after the news came out to tell his side of the situation. He told the Dallas Morning News that there was no sexual impropriety or anything physical on his part. And remember, he also turned around and sued the hotel along with the accuser for defamation. What's up, Alice? Hey, Ross, salute. So to recap, the hotel need to turn over all the information they have to Michael Irvin. They also need to provide the name of the accuser. Yeah, because we definitely need to know who the accuser is in this one, right? Because why have Michael Irvin's name get ran through the coals? Why his name need to be subjected to public excoriation, and yet we don't know who the accuser is? And another thing that needs to stop is every time someone comes out with an allegation, we make this knee-jerk reaction and all this fake outrage to get somebody up out of there. How about let the process play out? And if the process play out to where such and such did do something, then on top of that, you take action. How about that? Let's have that process play out, right? But why have Michael Irvin's name being raked through the coals, and yet we don't know who the accuser is? We gotta protect the accuser because the accuser. We gotta protect the sanctity of the accuser because no. If you got enough balls to accuse somebody of doing something, then you need to stand on that and identify yourself. Damn all that. Since when people who get falsely accused be subjected to public outrage and all that, right? No different than what happened to Ime Udoka, right? And Ime Udoka didn't even do anything wrong except violate company policy. Sure, he might have fucked around on Nia Long, but that's a moral thing. That's not an illegal thing. And last time I checked, the person who got involved with Ime Udoka and many grown-up undressing sessions was a willing and able collaborator. So why her name being protected? Why her name being protected? Ime Udoka was sitting up here, losing his job, losing his girl, lose his livelihood, and yet the willing and able collaborator in those grown-up undressing sessions be protected. That's why I have no respect for no bitch like Malika Andrews. Her ass get the fuck out of here. Talking that dumbass shit. But back to this. The fact of the matter is, we need to know details, right? Because if you're going to sit up here and make these allegations, you need to stand on that, and you need to hold your nuts. Because if you go sit up here and lie about something that happened that didn't happen, then you need to be subjected to the same kind of public excoriation. Well, I don't know if she's a Becky or not, Ted Cox, but hey, we'll see. I don't care who she is. This notion that we should believe all women is a crock of crap, if you ask me. I don't believe all women. I follow the evidence. The evidence will tell me what I need to know. I don't need to sit up here and believe all women. Who came up with this notion that we should believe all women? That's a crock of crap. Believe all women. If that's the case, then why? If that's the case, right? Then why is Roe v. Wade was a thing? If that's the case, right? If we could believe all women, why is Roe v. Wade a thing? Right? Because the lie of a white woman is why Roe v. Wade got put in the law. Right? If we go sit up here and talk about, oh, we need to believe all women. So that takes a shotgun to that notion right there. We can go down the line of countless examples where the lies of a woman, a white woman at that, has led to the irreparable consequences of the black community. But the fact of the matter is that this is, in my opinion, right? In my humble opinion, this individual who made these allegations made a mountain out of a nothing burger. So we're going to know soon enough as to who this individual that came out and made these allegations against Michael Irvin. We're going to know soon enough. Because the judge in this case, once again, has said that they need to turn over everything, including the name of the individuals who worked at the NFL that got the complaint. We're going to know soon enough. Michael Irvin's going to receive a copy of the tape. The hotel need to provide the name of the accuser. And anyone else who filed their complaint against Michael Irvin and the employees of the NFL who received the complaint. We're going to know. We're going to know soon enough. And the employees that received that complaint, we need to know who the decision maker is as well, because Michael Irvin had no business getting kicked off. He had no business getting kicked off the media coverage for that situation. There was a nothing burger. And we made a big issue out of a nothing burger, all because somebody came out and said he said something. Oh, he did something. Well, what did Michael Irvin do? There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras on the phone. There's cameras in the hotel room. There's cameras in the lobby. There's cameras everywhere. So what did Michael Irvin do? What did he do? That man lost money being sent home. This man was probably sleeping in his hotel room, and you probably had hotel security knocking on his door. Probably like 5, 6 of the motherfuckers came in his hotel room telling him that he had to pack up and leave. All over a nothing burger. You even had people who were sitting at the lobby during the interaction saying that this was a nothing burger. Now, I noticed that the media ain't putting Michael Irvin's name out there to be subjected to public excoriation, not to the extent we've seen other cases. He was sent home, and they probably got a copy of this incident. They probably reviewed the incident and determined it was a nothing burger. So if that's the case, then why Michael Irvin couldn't come at the work? Or because, oh, this is Super Bowl week. We can't have no distractions during Super Bowl week. The focus needs to be on the game. Right? So that's why I believe Michael Irvin got sent home. Because we need to keep the focus on the game. We can't have no distractions this week. What's up, Octavius TX, man? This thing crazy, man. This thing crazy what's going on, man. For real. I don't like it. I don't like how Michael Irvin just got sent home like that just because he did something. I believe that when the smoke is clear and the dust is settled, that Michael Irvin will get his job back. Because had Michael Irvin really did something, right? His behavior don't suggest he did anything wrong. I mean, you don't call into the radio station the very next day to defend your actions if you did something wrong. I mean, could people do that to try to throw people off the scent? Yeah. But the way Michael Irvin was talking, he was really upset by that. People who are really innocent or people who are guilty of such actions don't turn around and countersue the Marriott and the accuser. You know who else? But you know who does do that? Innocent people do that. If people felt like they were wrong, and which Michael Irvin in this case definitely felt like he was wrong, he turned around and sued the accuser and the Marriott for $100 million. Now, what guilty person you know would do something like that? Ain't no guilty people I know that's going to turn around and sue for defamation. But then again, Brett Favre is guilty of taking millions of dollars, and he's turning around and suing for defamation. So, but that's a one-off. That's an anomaly. That's the anomaly. But typical human behavior ain't gonna have someone going out here countersuing the hotel and the accuser for defamation. So now, do I believe Michael Irvin gets $100 million? No, I don't believe he's going to get that. But I do believe he's going to win that lawsuit, and he will be entitled to compensation. I don't think it's going to be $100 million worth of compensation, but it's going to be, he's going to get compensated nonetheless. And then we get to know who the accuser is. That's the most important thing, because the only way this type of nonsense stops or gets minimized, because I don't know if you can totally stop it, because you got a lot of weirdos out here, but nevertheless, you minimize these types of activities is when we get the complete picture of what happened and who the accusers and who everybody in the party is, right? To me, that's the only way this nonsense stops. We need to know who the accuser is. Now, I'm pretty sure the accuser's attorneys is going to fight tooth and nail to conceal her identity. But the judge already ruled we need to know who she is. So, of course, when I get that kind of knowledge, when I get that kind of information, I'm going to pass it on this channel. Because this notion that we need to believe all women is bullshit. We don't need to believe all women. And this kind of stuff right here does a disservice to the people who are actual victims of these types of sexual impropriety. That does a disservice to them. Let's just keep this a buck. The actual victims of these type of activities, it does a disservice to them when you got people out here blatantly lying. Just because someone said something to you and we don't know what was said, but take their word for it, they did something. And it's supposed to be all this fake outrage and all this brouhaha, and all these women's groups going to come out of nowhere and talk about, see, that's what's good. See, that's what happened right there. That's why you can't trust no men right now, because men are this and men are that, blah, 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 blah. But you notice they ain't nowhere to be found when it turns out the accuser was lying. They don't keep the same energy when such and such is lying about whatever case that they're involved in. They ain't nowhere to be found then. So that's how you know it's all a bunch of fake outrage. And that's all I got to say about that. When I get more information about what happened and who the parties involved, I'll pass along on this channel. But I believe Michael Irvin will be exonerated of these allegations. Now, if you're not a subscriber to this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share these videos on your social media platforms. Shouts out to the LDBC. This your man. Scream at me. Oh!